Alright, so I'm going to be showing how to open up and disassemble this ThinkPad X1. Alright, this is a Lenovo laptop. The actual model number is ThinkPad X1 Yoga Gen 6. Alright, so they also have a model number here, 20Y0S1A300. Okay, interesting. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and remove the bottom cover. For some reason, this doesn't power on. My customer said that the main goal is to get the data, which it should be okay. But anyways, for some reason, it just powers for like a second and then it just shuts off, like you hear the fan spinning. So we're going to open it and see if there's anything weird causing a short or something in there. Okay. We'll remove all the screws. There was some junk stuck in their charge port. I took that out and it didn't really affect anything. But anyways, we'll pull this up. As you can see, just go from there. The screws all stay attached to the bottom cover, so very easy to remove. Oh, is this clip? One of these clips broke, actually. Huh. Alright, anyways. It's pretty dusty inside, as you can see. I don't know if you can see the dust on this, but the fans are pretty clogged in there. So we're going to go ahead and kind of dust this out and see if we have any luck. Everything seems to be connected properly. Wow, I haven't seen a, what is this, a wireless card that giant? I think this is a WAN, like wide area network, probably for like cell phone SIM card kind of thing. There's a SIM card slot here, but no card in there. Okay. I'm pushing this also battery reset button. I think they damaged the battery reset button, or do I need a pin to push it? Oh yeah, need a pin to push it. So there's this little battery reset button with a hole on the bottom here, so you can actually push that without opening the laptop. Okay, we're gonna go over the little pieces here. This connector is for the what do you call this, stylus pen kind of thing. All right, so that charges it or whatever. There's two gold contacts there. You got this big antenna here for the mobile network, as well as this one here. Underneath you see the copper tape. That's for the regular antennas. Same thing with this one. You see there's the copper tape under there. That's for the wireless card antennas that go here, I believe. Actually, do those go on the screen? I don't know. Anyways, you got an M.2 PCIe NVMe SSD here, which is what the customer wants to see if the data is retrievable. It looks like well, let's go ahead and take the battery out, but let me clean this dust real quick and then we'll take a closer look. All right, here you can see I cleaned it out. Let's actually pull the battery out. So there's a few screws holding it in place. Keep the screws in order because they can be different size, shape, and lengths. The way I do that is I put them flat side down like that on my desk in the pattern I remove them. All right. Also, if this video helps you out, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. All right. If you can't help out that way, it would help a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos and like and comment on those as well, because that's what the algorithm likes to see. Other than that, I do have another channel called It's Been Reviewed and More. If you really want to help out, it would really help if you could subscribe to that one. All right, anyways, let's go ahead and pull the battery out. So we got the screws up. Okay, there were what, 6 screws. Okay, now we're gonna go from here and we're gonna just pull this straight up to disconnect it there. Okay, and then we'll lift that out. The battery model, there's a few model numbers here, but the main one is L20D4P71. Okay, then there's these ASM part numbers and FRU part numbers. If you need those, you can look at them. Okay, anyways, we got the battery out. Here you can see the BIOS CMOS RTC real-time clock battery. We're gonna disconnect that as well. So let's see right here. Usually I'll just use my fingernails at the wings and wiggle it to pull it out like that. Okay, here you can see the other connectors. Interesting. So I'm not sure what a lot of these connectors are. Huh. They have this little wire. Oops, let me zoom out. They have this connector, and then there's like some wires going out here, but I don't know where that's going. It's like attached to the wireless antenna, so maybe that's for the antennas. It says JC1 cable FPC touchpad. What? Oh, touchpad WWAN. Okay, so this is for the touchpad as well as for the wireless, that card, this wide area network card. All right, anyways, that comes out just like that. We don't really need to disconnect all of that, so I'm going to leave these in there. But I kind of just wanted to pop it out just to show. All right, these kinds of connectors, you would go from the tail, and then you can kind of separate it. You'd have to hold down the copper part. You should be able to just lift it straight up to pop it out, but yeah, I don't know. I think that's how it comes out. I'm not going to mess with it. You got the speaker here, and there's a wire running along down here connecting to the other speaker over here. Okay, and then there's a wire from that speaker that goes up and goes all along here and connects over here. Okay, and you got another one. There's two more speakers, one speaker here and one speaker here, these smaller ones. They both also connect. I think it's to this one. Okay, you got all these network antennas. And what else do we got? We got this connector here for the keyboard. Looks like the flip latch. Sorry, the flip latch is the black one, I think. Yep. So that's for the keyboard. Okay. What else do we got? I think that's pretty much it as far as I can see. Oh, you got also the LCD LVDS connector here. If you're going to mess with this one, you do want to make sure that after you disconnect the battery to open the laptop and then press and hold the power button for at least 15 seconds to drain any residual power. All right, some people ask me if they need to do this. I mean, it's 15 seconds. If you can't take 15 seconds to make sure that your computer doesn't get toasted, I don't recommend you open your computer at all right? So anyways, yeah, just take 15 seconds or more, hold the power button down to drain the capacitors and things like that. And then that's pretty much it. Oh, there's one other, shoot, there's two more. So there's another connector here. This might be for webcam. I don't know. Where is it even going? And then another cable here. So this says JG1 cable lid core. This one says JG1 LCD touch. So this is maybe digitizer. And then I guess this one is the actual screen, maybe. Sometimes it's like the cameras and microphones. This might also be. Sorry, I don't know for sure. Okay. Anyways, the SSD, if you want to remove it or replace it, there's two screws holding it down. All right. You don't need to remove the battery before taking this out, but you do want to shut down your computer before taking it out. All right. This hopefully just lifts up. Okay. I think it's held with, yep, the thermal pad there. And once you peel that off, you can go ahead and carefully lift this up slightly and then kind of wiggle to pull it out. And there you go. There's actually also a thermal pad underneath. I'm going to test if the SSD works okay. There's some weird discoloration here, but that's probably just from the pad, the greasiness on it. I'll test this real quick. If it works, then I'll let the customer know. We'll put it back together, see if it powers on after doing all the cleaning and checking the cables. And yeah, one other thing I need to check is the voltage of the CMOS battery, or the BIOS battery, whatever you want to call it, RTC battery, real-time clock. Okay, I want to check the voltage, because if that's not 3 volts or higher, then that battery might also be kind of an issue. All right, so let's go ahead and get the voltmeter, and let's test out the pins. Okay, so basically we're going to check the connector here and see what kind of voltages we're getting. Okay. And we're getting over 3. Oh, actually now it's less than 3. Why isn't it? Come on. Am I not poking the pins? Oh, there we go. It's showing 2.977, which is a little bit low, but it shouldn't prevent the computer from booting. So I think we should be okay there. All right, let's go ahead and reconnect everything here. Okay. Go. All right. Okay, I'm going to test the SSD like I said earlier, and then once we figure out if it's working or not, again, we'll reassemble it. All right, see you guys in a bit. All right, I'm back. So the SSD is readable, but it's BitLocker encrypted, so I'm going to have to let the customer know that they need to figure out their BitLocker key. Anyways, let's go ahead and put the thing back. We're going to leave the SSD out, but we'll go ahead and put the rest back together, okay? And let's see if it powers up. If it powers up, then I guess I'll put the SSD back in here, but I have a feeling it's going to do the same thing. Okay, get that screw in. Let's go ahead and get the batteries reconnected. So we have the CMOS BIOS RTC real-time clock battery. If you're plugging in or getting a replacement, make sure that the red wire is going towards the battery connector here, and the black wire is going towards the outside of the computer. If you flip it over and try and force it in, you're going to end up either bending the pins or even frying your computer. So be careful, make sure that you plug it in the right way. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and get the battery back in. So the battery should be simple. You just line up these screw holes. Okay, make sure this all lines up and then push that down. All right, and that should be it. Let's go ahead and get all the screws back in and then see if we can power it up. But that's pretty much all there is to this. Again, hopefully this video helped you guys out. If it did, again, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share my channel with others so that they can learn how to upgrade and repair their devices as well. And if it helped you save a bunch of money, please consider contributing a little to the channel. Again, every little bit helps and allows me to continue making these videos for a living. Again, if you can't help out that way, it would help a lot if you could watch a few of my other videos and then like and comment on those as well, because that's what the algorithm likes to see. I also have another channel, again, called It's Been Reviewed and More. So far, I'm posting the same videos on that channel, like the review videos from this channel on there as well. And I'm hoping to eventually split the review videos off to that channel separately. So that way, if people just want notifications of repairs and stuff, they won't be bombarded with all the review videos. But it's taking a long time to get there, so yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, I pushed the power button. The fans are spinning up, or one of the fans are spinning up. But I don't see the power light coming on at all, so I have a feeling it's not going to do anything. I think it's just, that's it. Yep, that looks like that's all it's going to do. Also, when I plug it in, the charge light does come on. So, yeah, but I did see, let me see, so if I plug this in, oh, is it not going to come on now after I tried to turn it on? Yeah, I think pushing the power button triggers something to short, and then the power light doesn't come on. If I were to do the battery reset hole here, and then plug it in, okay, then it should light up. Oh, it's not lighting up, but the fan started to spin again. Huh. Interesting. This time the charge light doesn't even come on. That's weird. Okay. Do I need to hold the button for longer? But yeah, usually this means some component on the board is fried or there's a short somewhere. My worry, I didn't see any liquid, but I did notice there's some dust that's kind of stuck to the fan there, which maybe some moisture got to it, and then that's why it's not working. Let's see, is this gonna... Nope. So just the fan starts spinning. The charge light doesn't come on. Yep, nothing. All right, anyways, that's pretty much it. So this laptop sadly seems like it's toast. We're going to go ahead and put the bottom cover on, and that's pretty much it. Again, thanks for watching. You're welcome to stay as I put the bottom cover back on. If I can, what did I do with it? I cleaned it. Give me a second, I need to go get it. Maybe I left it outside on accident. All right, I'm back. Yep, I left it outside after cleaning it because I went to get the adapter. All right, make sure you tuck in the bottom first. It has these little tabs that stick out, so get that in, then lower it down. And then I like to twist the screws backwards to have it click into place first and then tighten it. Just like that. And again, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. All right, we'll get the last few screws in, and that's pretty much it. we go. All right, I'll see y'all later. Let's drop this. Bye.